and Victoria Yin. They're some of the best artists in the country.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you.
Nice to meet you too. Yeah.
What is your proudest moment?
I think coming from an artist perspective, the proudest moment I had in general is just whenever I get to exhibit. Like anytime, I won't point out like any certain exhibit that I've had before, but anytime I get to meet like potential, fans and things like that, and like interact with collectors, I think those are the moments that make me most proud to be an artist, when I get to share my work with other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with her. When I attend exhibitions, there's always so many people that come up to you and then they like share their ideas, because there's artists and people that enjoy viewing art too. And when they share their ideas and like they like tell you that you make them think of someone, or they think this about your art and so on, it's just great to be able to receive such a variety of comments, and I think it helps you grow as an artist. So that's probably my proudest moment, where you can both realize that you've come so far and you have such a far way to go ahead.
Yes. What are 3 things you can't live without?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Thank you.
Definitely, I've never gotten that question before. I think realistically, I can't live without, first of all, my phone. Yeah, and just because, like, as an artist, I always like to capture moments, like whether it's like, on photos and stuff like that to use for like later references and things like that. And then after that, it would definitely have to be, like my art supplies, like, pencil, paper, whatever it is, paint. I always have to have something like that around me, because I'm always doing work no matter where I am. So, and then last of all, 3 things I can't live without. Maybe, do you count as a thing? Like,
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, like literally, honestly.
Yeah, my 3 things would have been, first of all, I can't live without my family, which would include my sister, my mom, my dad.
Yeah.
Second of all, I can't live without painting, and I can't live without writing, because I like to write a lot, because my interest in art extends beyond painting. So to me, those 3 things are the most important.
Yes, I agree. Who are your role models?
Okay, so role models in terms of just like living, I'd have to say my parents, first of all.
Yes.
Because they've given a lot to me, and pretty much they're the reason why I'm here today, and they've given me like all the chances. They've like they have sacrificed a lot for both me and my sister to be able to pursue art, because it's not exactly a very safe path to go on, so to speak. So role models, definitely my parents. In terms of artists, it's a bit more difficult for me to like point out who I exactly look up to, because I don't really want to limit myself to say like, oh, I really admire this artist, and then I find it it's limiting, I don't want to limit my own style. But I will say I do really enjoy a lot of the Renaissance painters, and then like more modern painters like Surrealism. I'm really into Dali, and more recently like decorative arts like Erte, people like that. I really like merging kind of like the old and the new when it comes to my paintings. So yeah.
Yes.
For me, I think there are lots of people that you can treat as role models. When you go through life, you meet lots of people that you find have good qualities about them. And there's always something that you can improve about yourself that someone else is doing better. So I think both people that have lived in the past and people that I'm meeting now and will meet in the future have lots of things to teach me. So a variety of people can be your role models.
Is basically everyone your role model?
Well, in a way, I guess everyone could be. Yeah.
What is something about yourself that hardly anyone knows?
So I think when I meet people, they generally tell me that I look like someone who's a bit sort of kind of hard to approach, honestly. I'm very reserved and like contained most of the time, kind of like in my own world. So, I mean, I feel like what most people probably wouldn't expect is I actually do really enjoy interacting with other people. It's just really hard to get past my shell, like sort of, you know? And like, yeah, I just like sometimes, like as an introvert, like, cause I really consider myself an introvert, when I go out, like, to people, like, you know, I really, like, wish, like, you know, that they'd come to me, and then, like, but, like, you know, that can be sort of selfish in a way, but, you know, that's just, like, I'm trying to, like, improve upon that, but, you know.
We both like to think
Right.
and read a lot, so in a way, I suppose we can come off as quiet,
Right.
or we would, like, I know personally for me, I'd rather read a book than be at a party or something like that. I don't know about you, but I think we're pretty much on the same wavelength for that.
Mhm.
So I guess that's how we project our outside, because we're both artists, and in a way, we're always thinking about perhaps what we can do better, or like just thinking in general. Yeah, it's hard to list off some things right off the bat, but.
And do you enjoy doing what do you enjoy doing when you aren't painting?
Oh, so painting aside, like I really like anything that has to do with visual arts or creating in general. So like my sister said, I really enjoy creative writing. And then anything that has to do with like filmmaking, I love working with cameras, and then editing, like, you know, anything. And then she's gotten into producing music recently, like, you know, so, you know, anything that has to do with the arts. But, you know, I do also really enjoy, like, just in general, like hanging out with friends, like, like just like talking about whatever, like, you know, because sometimes I do like to put some distance between, like, you know, my work and art, and just like, you know, kind of just being with people, like, in general. That kind of contradicts what I just said about like me not being a people's person, but you know.
It depends on her mood.
Right.
For me, my interests would basically extend to all the arts. I will definitely continue painting in the future, but I also want to extend into, say, sculpting, and like just experimenting with different kinds of paint because recently she's gone into oil. We both used to use acrylic. Yeah. I still use acrylic, but now she really likes oil. Yeah. And we share a lot of the same interests. I like movie making too, but she's definitely more handy with the camera than I am. And like she said, I've gotten into producing music because I took a music course at Phillips, and it was really interesting. And now I'm gotten absorbed into that. I play piano, like, so yeah. Do you enjoy it?
Yes.
Yeah. So my interests definitely extend beyond just painting. Like I said earlier, I love writing. I'm actually working on a novel right now, and yeah, we both love writing.
Yeah.
I heard that you wrote a book.
Yeah, I like, when I was a kid, I would write all kinds of stories, and like short stories, long, like novels, and now I'm working on one that I would like to more solidly put thought into, and it's a long process, but you can learn a lot from it. Yeah. So I guess having a wide variety of interests is good for helping you decide what path you want to go on in the future.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And what are you most looking forward to in 2016?
Oh, well, I think for me, I'll say something that's actually related to school. So I'm a sophomore in college right now, and you know, this might be a bit like far off, but like, you know, I have to decide my major this year. Like, you know, I have to decide what I'm concentrating in. So actually, I'm looking forward to finally putting something down, and then, because I feel like that's kind of grounding, like as a college student, deciding your major, then after that you can sort of like branch off, and then, because once you have that foundation, you can kind of like experiment a bit more, and like you always have that to fall back onto. So yeah.
For me, I just look forward to another year where I can continue to grow as a person, an artist, a writer, a peer to my classmates, So I hope it'll be a year where I am able to learn more and achieve more.
Yeah. And what's your favorite meal and dessert?
Meal and dessert. Oh my.
I have to say we both really like this spicy noodle. Like, yeah.
Ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Does that count as a meal?
It does.
Yeah. But we both really enjoy. I love all cuisines though. Like like literally, I'm a major foodie. So like really, I'm not picky at all. So this question's actually really difficult for me to answer. Dessert though, I think dessert might be easier. She has a thing for chocolate mousse.
I like chocolate mousse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But generally, I don't like to eat dessert. Like, I get sweetened out very easily. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What would you say for me? I really.
She likes mint chocolate chip ice cream.
I love ice cream, so
Yes.
like I guess that counts. Yeah.
Yes.
Frozen
Thank you for
yogurt.
this interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're extraordinary role models.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.